Guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. I'm better. And as you guys saw in the title today, I am going to be speaking about my high school experience, a little story time, and a bit of questions that you guys all asked me, and I'm going to answer all these questions to the best of my ability. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. If you are new, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell button, and give this video a huge thumbs up. I'm gonna give you a moment to do that. Okay, you guys are ready? Okay. The first question is, was the overall experience easy? No. Like, high school for me was one of the worst places ever. What made your high school experience bad? What made it bad? Everything made it bad. Every little inch of high school made it bad. The only thing I really enjoyed about high school was the matric ball and like our matric show that we put on, and that was like about it. I'm joking, there were some highlights in my days of high school, but not all of them were wonderful. So let me like start at the beginning, because then it's just gonna make everything easier. So grade 8, you go into grade 8 like flipping terrified, because okay, some people are like, oh, it's high school, super excited. I mean, it's the last journey you're gonna go on before you're like done with school in a sense. Coming into high school was fine, because like majority of my friends that were with me in primary school came with me to high school, so like obviously I was fine with it. Like I was glad that I had friends to sit at that break, and you know, but, and this is where this question comes in now, do I still hang out with the same group of friends that I chilled with in high school? No. So in high school I like, how can I say, jumped groups, not necessarily jumped groups, but there was a lot of drama, and that's also a question, the high school drama. So I couldn't really stay with one group of friends. So coming into high school grade 8, my friends weren't like, they were my friends and I loved them and like we were good friends, but I don't know, it was like a mismatch of personality, as I can say. Like everyone wants to experience different things, so you kind of go on your own journey of finding yourself and finding new people and meeting new people. And the friends I was becoming friends with weren't like fitting in with my friends from primary school, so we kind of drifted, and I found my own, let's say, new group of friends. And that was that. Grade 8 was the start of, you know, the worst high school experience ever. I was bullied, cyberbullied though, not like physically bullied. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. So someone made a fake account, and like used to comment on my pictures, like I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that, like exposed me in a sense of saying I did this and that, and called me names. And the scary part is I never knew who it was. I never found out who it was, but it had to have been someone I knew, because they knew the people I hung out with, the people I was friends with, some of the things that were actually true, and they said, and I was like, I only told a select group of people and they knew. So the scary part was I didn't know who they were at the time, and I still don't to this day. But you know, life happens. I'm not sure if this was grade 8 or grade 9, where there was a bit of fights, and someone asked, have I ever gotten into a fight before? I wouldn't say physical fights. I was never in a physical fight. I was there when it happened, but I didn't like get involved. You know, there's always drama in school, always like friendship fights that you can't necessarily control. And one of my closest friends that I became close to in high school, it like didn't work out. We were on and off throughout high school, and I think this was grade 9. We all became this huge group. We were this big clique of girls, if I can put it that way. And we used to think, oh my word, we are the absolute And things kind of fell apart because me and one of my closest friends kind of had a disagreement, I can say it like that. I don't know what it was at that time. I don't know if it was jealousy or competition or, you know. So she turned against me and overall got the whole group to turn against me. So I lost all my friends. And at that time, I found another group of friends. Um, and then long story short, me and my closest friend made up again. This is still in grade 9. Um, it was her birthday, and you know, if you go to a party, everyone always makes up stories. And then the next day, obviously I didn't say anything to anyone, and like it got out in a sense that people thought, okay, this actually happened, and she believed them over me. And it was taken to a whole nother level of parents getting involved. Kind of died down, but her parents got involved and told my new friends that were also friends with her that they shouldn't be friends with me. And long story short, my friend still stuck with me and was like, I don't like people telling me who my friends are and who my friends aren't, you know? That was the bulk of what happened in grade 8 and 9. Okay, my first high school crush. At the time, I was actually in a relationship, but I wouldn't really call it a relationship because my parents didn't know about it, his parents didn't know about it. It was just like a vibe, if I can put it that way. And I was in grade 9, and this boy I think he was in grade 11 or matric, like took interest in me, man. And like at first I didn't really like catch on, but eventually I did, and I actually had a crush on this guy. Long story short, didn't really work out in a sense because he was much older than me, and I was still in high school when he matriculated and he had his own life, but we still remained friends after that. How much relationships were in, like how much guys did I date in high school and who were they? So the first one was Jawson, but that was the one that wasn't really a relationship. It was more of like a vibe on and off, like, you know, that I don't even know what to call it. Then it was, his name is Robin. Not really a relationship, just like good friends, I guess. Like a vibe. There was actually a story of a bit of drama behind that because turned out he was speaking to 2 girls at the same time, so me and this other girl, and this girl wanted to fight me, and I was just like, dude, he's speaking to me too, and it like eventually it sorted itself out. I met, his name is Tristan Hanslow. You guys probably all know him. I mean, Tristan Hanslow, who doesn't know? Before we get there, someone asked me what subjects did I take. I took business, bio, history, and pure maths, and then obviously the compulsory subjects. So I dated Tristan, and then we dated in grade 10. And then we broke up when I was in grade 11. Matric, I met Mikhail James, which is now currently my boyfriend. We've been together for gonna be 10 months this month. And I was with Tristan for 9 months. So grade 9, it didn't really work out with Jawson. Because, you know, this older guy was taking interest in me, and like at that time all my friends turned against me because of that as well. Like, how could you do this to him? And you know, that story. It was like at the time you obviously don't think, oh, it's not their business, da 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 da. So I kind of took it like, oh my word, they made me feel so like low as a person, and they were so disappointed in me that they all just turned their backs on me when I needed them the most. And at that time I wasn't really friends with a lot of people. A lot of people just disliked me in a sense of, I don't even know why. Grade 10 was a nice time for me. I think grade 10 was one of the best years for me, in a sense of like the bullying and the stuff wasn't really there. There were fights in between, but I was still like bullied and stuff. Like, you know, we all had that like a website thing where people used to ask anonymous questions, and people used to like, the comments I used to get, I wish I still had them so I could show you guys. Like, it was extremely bad. I don't even know how I dealt with it. Every week was different in high school. Like, one minute these people are friends with you, the next minute they're not. And I don't know how to go into detail like with you on it, but it was always something, like whether it was someone from a different school or, you know. And then grade 11 happened. So when was my first breakdown in school? Because the school's a lot sometimes. So I had 2 breakdowns in high school. No, more than 2, I think, actually. It was more like I was having a tough time with what was happening in my life, and like, you know, when people just ask you, what's wrong, are you okay, this and that, and it's like, oh my goodness, can you just stop, can you just like, and then you just burst out crying. That's what happened. Fights wise, I'm just jumping, guys, I'm sorry if I'm just jumping, but you know, multiple fights but not physical. One was like a group of us just got into this huge fight, like with 2 girls, but only like 2 of them were, actually 3 of them were actually fighting. Someone like threw a steri stampy on them, a strawberry one, and they were full of it. And then the one girl just got angry, and then she ran and tried to hit someone, and then the one girl picked her up, and it was like, oh, let's just skip everything to where everything just gets extremely hectic. So grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, grade 11. Yes, they were hectic. Yes, I got into fights. I had a lot of drama with everyone. There was always someone that was beefing with me, which I couldn't understand. I was bullied like on Instagram, cyberbullying. Sometimes at school, people were rude to me and like, you know, tried to do things to like make me feel insignificant. Talk in front of me, make fun of me. It was just like I had like multiple breakdowns at school, like to a point where I couldn't even cope. Honestly, there was like fights in classes that I had with people, like, you know, arguing in a sense, and it just disrupted the whole class. There was actually a day where I was having such a bad day that I actually tripped out on the teacher. I'm a prefect there, so I'm sitting there and the whole class is talking, but now me and my friend are talking, and she tells me I must go sit at the back. So I was like, no. So I was like, the rest of the class is speaking, why must I get up and go sit at the back? And then she was like, yeah, you're a prefect. I was like, look here, ma'am, I'm not gonna go sit at the back because now I can't see, da-da-da-da-da. Everyone else is speaking, but you want to move me. I was so angry, honestly. Okay, anyway, matric happened. Matric was honestly the worst year ever. You think matric is going to be the best year of your life, and then it's like, no. So this whole story went around about me, and I didn't know the story was going around. Like, the whole grade knew except for me. So one day at netball practice, this girl comes to me, a friend of mine that is actually a real friend, that will like tell me, look here, this is happening, that is happening, be careful of this person. She tells me, look here, this is going around, I'm not sure if you know. And I was just like, wow, I did not know this. And then I left it, and then I carried on, and I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I have multiple people messaging me and saying how disappointed in me they are, and like, I can't believe you could do this, you are disgusting, this, that, whatever. And I was like, I was in tears at school waiting for my dad, and I didn't know how to deal. Like, and I was like, look here. I explained the whole story to them, and they were like, oh. I was like, it takes a lot for someone to ask you what actually happened, because now they're constantly judging you and they don't even realize, like, they don't know the whole story, but they're judging you. Anyway, so and then I found out the group of friends that I was sitting with, that I thought at least be decent enough to tell me if something was going on, didn't say anything to me. They did not say anything. They knew the whole time, and everyone just laughing around me, like, literally. But I didn't know it was about me, and everyone's like laughing, and I was like, what the funny? And then no one's telling me anything. Like, it was the most embarrassing, honestly, the most embarrassing day of my life. The fact that everyone knew, everyone was talking about me, and I was so oblivious to that. And the next day at school, I didn't know how to cope. I broke down in almost every class because, like, I felt so embarrassed and so, like, ashamed. And these people made me feel so small. Like, I had, like, 2 friends that I could really trust them. And, like, they used to spend break with me when they could, because we were prefects, so we obviously had duty and stuff. So obviously when we'd spend like breaks together, and they would sit wherever I needed to sit, because like I felt a bit like, you know, everyone was judging me at the time. And then when I found out who it was, my closest friend that I had in high school, throughout high school, even though it was on and off, it was her. And for whatever reason she did it. And you know, it's life. Some people just don't have your back. It kind of died down, but then someone went to a teacher and it became another big thing. Luckily that time died down too because people were scared, so everyone deleted everything and stopped talking about it. And then on top of that, there was this video going around, but like everywhere. It was like the sex tape. And everyone was saying, yeah, it's me. I'm like I was like, no, oh my gosh, like it's really not me. I still showed my mommy. I was like, mommy, this is going around and people are saying it's me. She was like, don't worry about it. Like clearly it's not you, so you shouldn't be worried because I have a birthmark that no one knows about. So like only my people that know about my birthmark would be able to identify if something's me. So that happened, but it was still like a big thing because like obviously people were still judging because they were like, oh, it is me, and you know. So that was that. Like after a while I thought things died down, like it wasn't so hectic at school. I mean, I still felt judged and like I had no one but other than Mikhail now, but other than that I felt alone at school. So someone didn't like the fact that I didn't get what I deserved in that sense, and someone phoned my mom and told her every dirty secret or lie or thing that they had about me. And my mom literally like killed me. That day she found out, she killed me. Like she was so disappointed. That person ruined the relationship I had with my mom at the time. It was heartbreaking for me because I was so like, I couldn't believe it that someone could do that to me. Because like, what if someone did that to them? I'm a very genuine person. I won't like, if you tell me something, I'm not gonna run and tell someone else because like I know how it feels. But yeah, it's life. I'm not gonna lie to you, it got to a point where I didn't really want to live anymore. I didn't go through with it in the end because I was like, I'm not gonna let these people push me so low that I actually want to do that I don't want to live anymore. So I became the better person and I stood up for myself. High school is just a messed up place. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button.